Good morning. Morning Oasis time. It's 10. I'm on time. I always love it when I'm on time because, I struggle with that. Actually, that's one of those things that's really hard for me. All right, so today is the 26th of April. I can't believe that we're almost next 3 days, 4 days from now. 4 days. We're in the 5th month of this year. That means we're so close to being in 6 months, halfway through 2017. We're 1 month and 4 days away from being halfway done with this year. Is it just me, or is time flying? I know we say that. We say that when we're young, it feels like, oh my God, time is crawling. It's so slow. But then it just starts speeding up and speeding up as you get older. I get that. But we're already almost halfway done with 2017. Is that even possible? How is that possible? Sorry, I'm blowing my own mind right now. My mind is blown. Oh, thank you. Great to see you. Oh, Martina, it's recorded, so you can come in any time. It's here for you whenever you need it. Good morning, Shauna. I saw that. By the way, I was just in the middle of my reaction to the date. Let's see. Announcements. So we have the Eugene Fair coming up this Saturday. I'm super excited about it. I think it'll be fun. It's going to be my last gallery fair. It's going to be the last time I do those kind of psychic fairs. I will be doing the Eugene or this Emerald Spiral Fair up in Kent, Washington. Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you, Martina. I will be doing the Kent Spiral Fair, and I may do some of the other bigger fairs. But my goal at those fairs is, first of all, I won't be charging the really small fees. And I really, my main goal with people, this is my main goal. I don't want to be the person who provides you with the answers. I want you to learn how to get the answers yourself. That's my main goal here, guys. I do this show so that you can get to know me and how I work and how I teach, and to see how working with me isn't about me telling you what's happening with you, but me giving you tools for you to know you better. That's my goal. That's what I'm here to do. Oh yeah. And Shauna's going to be at that as well. It'll be me and Shauna at that. It's such a great way to end my relationship with that gallery. And not total ending, obviously, but I'm not feeling fairs like that anymore. We were doing them once a month, and it's just not working for me anymore. It's too loud. There's too much going on. It's really hard for, the people that I work with are people who tend to not want to leave their house, especially not to go to a fair full of people. So it's not the way to get that exposure, which is what the whole point of that is. So yeah, that'll be my last fair. I'm excited to be down in the Eugene area. I have only been to Eugene once. I've lived in Oregon for 20 some odd years now and only been there once. So I've driven through it a lot. Usually on my way down to Southern California, or to California. So yeah, that's Eugene Fair. It's going to have 20 plus readers at it. There's going to be a lot of people. There'll be a lot of local readers. There'll be readers from Portland area. There'll be some people coming in from the coast. There'll be some people coming from even all the way up from Seattle. Lorelei lives in Seattle now, and Lorelei is an eye reader. She's interesting. So, just throwing that out there. Let's see, we've got Breakfast with Jessie coming up on May 7th. We still have tickets available for that. You guys, a lot of people are expressing interest, and I think you guys are trying to figure out how or time or what to do. Hey, Chris. Sounds like you're having some reception issues there. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, the Breakfast with Jessie is still available. You can buy tickets for that on the website under events on our website. And oh my gosh, okay, so the chakra workshop, it's up on the website now. It's all set up. You just like click and buy, and then I send you the chakra workshop. You get the meditations, you get the instruction, the 6-part MP3, so you can listen to it whenever you want. It's yours. And what else do you get? You get the PDF, the 33-page or slide PDF that's interactive. It has links all through it that take you to other resources and websites. Lynn, when I get to Scotland, I'm totally doing a Breakfast with Jessie there. You're guaranteed. And I'm probably going to do it at your B&B. Don't you live at a B&B? Okay, so so the Chakra Workshop, it's available now. And Kyle Devine, who's going to be basically my sound producer. He's my sound engineer, producer. He's the dude who makes me sound so good and puts music and all of that. I also linked his website, so if you want to see some of his work, it's there. And if you're a healer who's looking to make meditation CDs or make music with your meditation or want somebody to come and help record, hey Elizabeth, hi George, good to see you both. Kyle is your dude, okay? That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome, Lynn. I'd love it. Okay, so yeah, Kyle is your dude. Like, he's great. He's great to work with. He's easy. He's professional. He's on it. The dude is driven. He's already like made recorded tracks that he channels through for me. He's really energetically tuned into me and my work. So if you're somebody who's looking for that and wanting to go into that realm, his website is linked onto the Chakra Workshop as well. So you can just click here to check out Kyle Devine and see the rest of his work. Also, if you're a musician or a singer, he works with singers and he creates all the music around. Like some of the stuff he's done with a woman, Kylie, which is coming out. He got signed on to Universal Studios, so he's doing amazing work. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Sue. So check him out and check out the Chakra Workshop. Oh yeah, you also get, so one of the exercises we do in the Chakra Workshop is a chakra drawing. You kind of create a chakra drawing, chakra diagram, whatever you want to be. It can be out of anything. It can be one woman. When I learned this from my former teacher, she did hers out of duplex Legos, right? I did mine out of those, you know how you get a pattern and then you have all these little geometric shaped colored pieces, little wood blocks, and you try to make them fit in the pattern. I did my chakra drawing out of that. People cut paper, people color, whatever. So there's that exercise. You get the 33-page, I already said that, and then I will read your chakra drawing. So you send me a picture of it with your description of, you can either record it or you can write it, your description of what you've written, and I will give you my intuitive reading on it and what I think will help you. So the Chakra Workshop is amazing. And I'm going to tell you that when I was doing it live with people last year, I was charging a whole lot more to do it live. So it's only $66 for all of that. I think that's a great deal. So there's that. What else is there? I think that's everything. I'm not forgetting anything. If I'm forgetting something, let me know, Shauna. Shauna's special on her sessions ended yesterday, you guys. So if you haven't worked with her, I'm telling you, that woman is awesome. Like, she channels this angelic energy that is so clearing and so soothing. She does all kinds of things. She's worked with people going through menopause, helping them with hormonal imbalances, helping them get into a settled space. She's great. She's really like, she's kind of like my energetic EMT when I need it. Thank you, Shauna. So awesome. So I'm just telling you guys, she's a wonderful, wonderful life coach and channel and medium. And I mean, she's great. So just letting you know, just putting it out there. If you haven't worked with Shauna too, she's really worth it. So check out her stuff on the website as well. We're both on the front page and you can go right to our services. I think she just revised her services. Awesome. Thank you, Shauna. Oh, so I have to show you guys this. It's so funny. I guess that we're starting to get big enough to be noticed by companies who try to sell things to us. So I got sent this sample pen. Now, look, here's the pen. It says, and I know it's backwards, Healing Pathwalkers, and it has my address on it. So if I were actually going to get these, I would not put my actual address on it. But look at this. Okay, so it's a pen. You roll this and the pen comes out and it's so smooth writing. And then this is a stylus that you can use on your phone. And then watch this. This is so cool. Watch. It lights up. Okay, I just had to show you guys that because it's so cool. Yeah, when I make more money and I'm a bigger business, I might just get these. They'd be fun to hand out at the bigger fairs. Right? Look at that. It's really bright too, like it's so bright, it's so bright. I just thought that was really funny. Okay, so today we already actually, where did I put my book? Oh, did I really put it away? God. So we already have our readings scheduled today. We have Kristen and Teresa and Chris written down for readings for today. So I'm just going to start on those. Some interesting energy just flew through there. Let's see. Kristen, my Shadowscape deck wants to talk to you. This morning, you guys, it was so funny. So you can see behind me, there's my couch, right? And there's that little green chair. Well, across over there is a big brown, like, loungy chair. So my rabbit this morning, oh, I'm going to talk about my rabbit and I light up. She was so funny. So I had another blanket on the couch. Well, first of all, she rooted through all of it, moved all the blankets around, rooted through to find her way to the cracks in the couch, and got under all of those blankets and everything, right? Then she darted out from that, leapt to the other chair, then leapt to that chair, then skidded on the floor, then came under me. I have a little carpet under my desk area here. Skidded under to me and into the carpet, then darted back over to the couch, ran, and up on the top of the couch and down. And as she's doing this, she had 3 nuggets of poop fly out of her butt. I thought that was the funniest freaking thing. And she kept running and skidding and skidding and skidding and skidding until then she came and she laid down right at my feet. She's like, all done. That's so funny. That's really, really adorable. I don't know what I would do without a rabbit in my life. Like, what would I do? And my cat this morning, he was trying to play with her. She didn't really like how he was trying to play. He batted her on the top of the head, not hard, but just like was batting her. And she kind of like stepped back and looked at him like, did you just bat me? Did you just slap me on the head? And then she ran off. It was pretty funny. Hi, Laura. Good morning. So, yeah, if you guys want to request polls for tomorrow, you're welcome to. But today we've got all of our polls booked up. Okay, Kristen. You got the Queen of Pentacles. Whoa, let's see. Can we... Okay, let's bring the light down. Thank you. So here's the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is the businesswoman of the deck. You want to? Okay, I will put you guys down for tomorrow. She is the businesswoman of the deck. She gets money. She gets business. So it sounds to me like, let me just feel for a minute. Yeah, you're working on getting your business in order, trying to figure out, how do I handle it? How do I deal with this? How do I pay for that? How do I create these resources for myself? How do I, get maybe even like a location is kind of popping through. So just recognize that this is the time to start paying more attention to that and call on that energy of the Queen of Pentacles, right? The Queen of money, of finance, so that you can really get a grip on yourself and how to deal with that. Let's see. Morning, I'm here, but back in a ball of irritation and frustration, so won't be saying much. Well, Jessie, that's cool. That's cool. You can be frustrated. I get it. I've spent many a days feeling that way. So, Kristen, it's really just time to start paying attention to the money. How's it being distributed? How's it being used? What are you doing with it? Bring that light down. Jeez, it's just not staying down. So recognize that as well. That's just where you're at right now. And that's okay. It's going to be a little bit frustrating for you, I get, because this is actually a discussion that I was having with two of my really dear, lovely friends / students loosely. They're amazing people. And we were talking about money. And one of the things that we were talking about, this is obviously what needs to be discussed at this point. So I'll get back to the card pulls. But one of the things that we were talking about was with people that are like us who exist mostly in 5th density consciousness and 4th density reality, we're bridging the gap between that where we're headed, where there won't be things like money. There will be a unity consciousness, right? We'll all be working together for the creation, for the betterment of all. So, yeah, I know. I'm really bright right now. I tried already. I tried to bring that light down. Let me just try again. Bring it down. Yeah, they're like, no. So anyway, those of us who are here to serve in the creation in this way, in order to help the creation understand itself and see where it's going, to embody this unity consciousness, to embody the awareness of the polarity, these things that 3rd density is really struggling with learning, and kind of the time is done, right? We're in a transition point. We're kind of done with polarity. So it's still there, it's still existing, it's still happening. However, it's not going to be the main energy that's around us. So those people who live in, so those people who live in polarity, those people who are refusing to accept that they're in a unity system, God, I look ridiculous. Jeez, it's distracting. Anyway, so those people who refuse to accept this system are going to be passing away. They're going to be dying. And it's not because they're bad, and it's not because they aren't needed in the creation in any way. It's because it's kind of like, let's just say, you're going to school, and your elementary school or your we'll say middle school, your middle school has now turned into a high school. Maybe it once was there actually are curtains on those, and they are closed, and it's a gray, rainy sky outside, so I can't change the lighting. The lighting is me. So let's just say that you've been going to all these years to a K through 12 school, and now the school, it's not K through 12 anymore. Now it's 9 through 12, and that's what it is. It's a high school now. So you can't still study, you can't still study 8th grade here. You can't still study 7th grade here. You can't study classes that are no longer offered in this system. So you need to move on to a different schooling system. So that's what's happening, and it seems scary, it seems bad, it seems sad, it seems heartbreaking right now, especially if it's people that you love and and you're close to that are having to go study somewhere else. But that's what's happening. So those people are going to be leaving. They're going to have to transition out and go to a school that offers what they're learning, that offers the energy of those classes, those lessons of density, of the 3rd density, of polarity, of individuation, of separation. And those of us who are ready and prepared and are embodying unity and embodying the creation, embodying love, thanks, guys. I know the light's distracting, but what I'm saying is really important. So anyway, so those of us who are there, we don't get money. We're like, what the fuck is this stuff? Money? Really? Money is paper. Money is coins. Money is a symbol of power, of oppression, of have and have not. That's all that it is. However, while the system is transitioning, we still kind of have to get what money is. We still have to deal with it. We still have to pay our rent. We still have to pay our bills. We still have to pay for our services. We still have to do these things. We still have to participate to a certain degree in the system as it transitions. Because while that university, or let's say the K through 12 school is transitioning into a high school, it still has those students there. So we can't just drop it right away. We've got to let that other school build itself, that where they will be going into, and that means we have to transition. So how do we deal with that as healers, as light workers, as individuations of ourselves that we are still experiencing right now as we bridge this gap between third density expression and fourth density expression? Well, we got to deal with money. That's how it is. It's just like those seniors at high schools in those, I don't know if I've gone to schools where they were a combination of many different grades growing up in small towns. So when that happens, you kind of just have to deal with those little kids. My son, he's in a K through 8 school, so they have to be buddies with these little kids. They do buddy systems there. So he's an 8th grader and he has a 3rd grade buddy, so you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with their system, you gotta deal with their money, and stop hating it. Don't hate it. Don't resent it. Don't resent those who have it. Don't feel like you don't have enough of it. Just recognize that money, it's part of the system. The more we fight it, the less unity we feel. The less we are dropping ourselves back into the polarity of the 3rd density. That's what's happening, and that's why it feels awful. It feels awful. So stepping into a space where even when we don't have enough money per se, we have to recognize there's always enough. I'm abundant and I'm taken care of. And maybe today I don't have the money I think I have. I will bring it to me. I will bring what I need to me. I will have the food on my table. I will have the home over my head. Money is a very hard one to deal with for most of us, just because where we come from, there's no such thing. And we're here transitioning the system. So bringing on that Queen of Pentacle energy, focus on her. During your meditations at home, take a minute to just call her energy and her frequency in, to really be able to feel freed from the lack, from the lack of abundance, from the lack of unity, from the lack of being provided for, and bring that energy forward for you. Yeah, that's what's come through. Okay, so I still take some money if it comes my way. Yeah, exactly. Money equals adulting, and I'm a Toys R Us kid. Yeah, Laura, some people feel that way. They don't want to transition into the world where money is. And someday that will serve you. Right now it's frustrating and struggling for a lot of us. So, yeah. Okay, so there we go. That was Kristen's card. Then we've got Teresa. Man, you guys, my ears, I feel like I'm on an airplane and I'm going up. Like, seriously, they're popping so much right now. It's hard to even hear myself. Chris says, if you think you lack something, give it away. It works. The people that I know who are the most abundant financially, including myself, I'm pretty abundant, actually. Those people who are the most abundant are the most giving. Right? So they're the most generous. There are a lot of people I know who are extremely generous who don't have money too. So I'm not trying to say that that's the only way, but it is definitely that is very true. You know, people who are generous tend to be more abundant. And hey, there are some stingy bastards who are rich too. I'm just going to throw that out there. New moon is in today, and it represents manifestation and abundance. Exactly. And we're in Capricorn. Is it Capricorn energy that we're in? I forget. Taurus. It's the Taurus moon. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to show you guys something. I love my calendar. We're also approaching the moon Beltane. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Where is it? So yeah, we just finished out, here we go. The fifth moon, we're in the fifth moon of the year, and it's orbits of the heart is what they labeled it as. Isn't that beautiful? Taurus, yeah. Shauna, you're one of the most generous people I know, so I had to just throw that out there. The new moon's in Taurus as of today. The full moon will be in Scorpio on the 10th of May, and the sun will be in Gemini on the 20th of May. That's what's coming up for as far as that goes. And there was a beautiful poem. It's just, I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to read it to you guys. I know you guys like some of this stuff. So, Stardust Child. Oh child, what we did not know of your mysteries, could not see and understand. You taught us when we believed we were the teachers. You gave us when we would have said we are the ones giving. You, child, a different sort of stardust, made us shine, and for every moment of that light, we are grateful. Not that life wasn't messy and tough and iffy. Not that anxiety didn't raise like bile in a sick throat. Not that what ifs didn't make us rue one decision or another. But precious daughter, what we did not know, you opened our hearts so we could feel. O blessed woman, your existence made us all expressions of love. Isn't that beautiful? I just loved that. That's a poem in my book. It's written by Nancy Taylor Day. She wrote it back in 2015. I just absolutely loved that poem and had to share it with you guys. So let's see. Teresa. Teresa's card pull. How are you, Teresa? The energy cards want to talk to you. Chris, I'm not sure what that means. You're doing readings in May, readings just before in May. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Let's see. Okay, Teresa. I really loved that poem. That's one of the reasons I love that calendar, that day planner, because it has some of the most beautiful stuff in there. I'm always inspired by it, and I find that it's always just right in tune. This is just perfect. So bring that light down. Come on, we gotta bring it down. The Angel of Love is what we pulled for you, Teresa. Oh, she's so beautiful. There we go. Okay, there you can see her now. Love this card. Card number 49, the Angel of Love. This was another discussion I was just having last night. We live in the Logos system, right? So our fraction, just before the weekend of the full moon. So apparently Chris is doing readings. We live in the fraction from source, the infinite consciousness, right? The whole shebang, because our source, our God, is a part of that. It's actually a part of a part of that. So our source, our God, what we think of as God, comes from a bigger source. It's a fraction of a piece. It's the way the system works. Just like we're a piece of that, it's a piece of something else, right? So the main pie wedge from the infinite consciousness is the love pie wedge, the love frequency. And that's why everything for us feels like it gears us to love. We're from the logos, logos meaning love. We're actually the sub-logos, but we're from that love frequency. And when we go into transition, we step back into the whole pie, and it's time to bring that love through us. So let the love flow, and that love is what's going to steer us in the right direction. So let your rudder be one that moves you towards more love. If something makes you feel less than, separate from, small, not loved, then move away from that and allow yourself to be geared and steered into something that feels more loving. When you feel, clearly I need this message too, when you're feeling that lack of love, allow her frequency, the angel of love, to come in and guide you. Call on her. Ask for her help. We have free will, so nothing can invade our free will without our permission, without our allowance, without our behest. Sometimes it's an unconscious, subconscious, or higher self permission that's being given. But mostly in a physical expression, you have to request it. You have to ask for it. And when people start, what's popping in my head is when people think about, well, I didn't ask to be cursed. I didn't ask to be whatever it was. Your higher self did, actually. It created that for you in order to teach you something. So it's understanding the permissions that you've given, whether in this expression as a physical being or as your higher self, and understanding the lesson is what releases you from those things that are negative. So that too is a permission and an allowance. So right now, Teresa, call on the angel of love. Call her forward, bring that energy forward for yourself, and ask for its support. Okay, and the last card pull for today is for Chris. Let's see. Looks like Ganesh wants to talk with you, Chris. I'm going to take a sip of my smiling coffee because it's so yummy and it's still hot, and I hate it when it gets cold. And I know we've talked about a lot of things not entirely related to passion today so far, but I'll get there. I'll get there. Today's one of those days. Yesterday was one of those days too, but I got there, didn't I? Actually, I really don't care. I allow it to be what it is. Okay. Let's see. I want to look this one up because it feels like there's something in the book. So I'm pretty sure that we've gotten this card before. I don't know that I've read it before. So let me bring it forward. This is fulfillment. Come on. Come on. There we go. You can kind of see it. There we go. No matter what you want to do or become, you will achieve more with knowledge. This image of Ganesh reading the scroll is a symbol of the importance of education and the pursuit of knowledge. This might mean that there's a period of increased study and learning at hand. You may find that you want to inquire about a field of study that has been widely explored and choose to go into an experienced teacher and to learn more. So what pops up for me, exactly, Laura. What pops up for me is, Chris, you were asking about classes, taking the class with me, and you were trying to figure out if you can prioritize that. It sounds like right now it's time to do learning, whether it's with me, it doesn't matter. But it's time for you to pull back from trying to serve and to actually take time to really learn. Learn who you are. Serve you right now. Understand who you are, what you're here doing. understand the creation better. We do learn through serving, but it sounds like what Ganesh is offering you is time to pull back and to do more education of the self. Really understand yourself better. Understand the creation better. It says here, look for someone to consult for more information. So you're going to actually want to be getting some guidance, whether it's me or somebody else that you trust. And it says this may be a counselor, an author, a psychotherapist, a spiritual advisor. You'll discover new skills from this teacher. They have wisdom to provide excellent guidance and advice. Keep in mind that there's also a wealth of information at your fingertips in books. Everything that you read fills your head with new information, and you now know when it might be a practical use. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to tackle any challenge that lies before you. Additionally, knowledge can never be taken away from you. No matter what you're longing to do or become, you will benefit from gaining more knowledge. Approach this time with great curiosity and with an open mind. Great, Sue, that's perfect. So, personally, I'm always learning. I view myself as a lifetime career student, first and foremost, and I'm learning about everything. I study science, I study mathematics, I study biology, I study astrology, I study astronomy, I study physics, I study all sorts of things. I find somebody who has something that they know. Everyone knows something. Everyone is a master and an expert in something that I am not. So every person that comes to me is my teacher, and I learn everything I can from them. I ask a shit ton of questions. I explore, I listen, I read, I research, I watch documentaries. I also watch shows, TV shows, but I'm always doing something else while watching them. I'm either learning or creating or expressing or absorbing at all points in time. I'm kind of obsessive about it. If I'm just listening to regular TV, I'm making something, right? I'm making baskets, I'm making jewelry, I'm making my workbook, I'm making my Oracle deck, I'm making my new website, I'm building workshops for you guys, right? So we have to always be learning. But right now it sounds like your focus is to shift away from the other distractions that you've been allowing to occupy you and shift into learning mode. Okay, so passion. We were talking about passion this week. And yesterday I know I went on my own passion rant, like my own expression of the things that I feel and experience on a daily basis. And so when we're talking about passion, I've said this before, I don't think that it's hard to find what you're passionate about actually. What's hard is accepting or not accepting. What's hard is releasing yourself from the things that block you from your passion. Right? So we'll get little passionate inspirations. We'll be like, oh, that looks fun. That sounds good. And I think this is what I talked about on Monday. But as soon as we start to pursue it, our own patterns of defeat, our own patterns of lack, our own patterns of not being of worth, of value, will come into the focus. And that doesn't mean that they're true. It means that we're being given an opportunity to readdress and relook at these beliefs that we hold, these patterns that we develop for ourselves, to release them so that we can see how, oh, this is how I've limited myself in this way. Oh, that's what that looks like. Oh, that's how that feels. I thought it was really interesting. So yesterday we did an inclusion meditation where we isolated in our little bubble and then started to expand our bubbles and see what came into the bubbles until hopefully you guys continue this after, because we only have a small amount of time to work together, but until you were including everyone on the planet in your bubble. That includes people like Donald Trump, by the way. So you're including everyone into your bubble. And by doing so, you are seeing the unity of us all, right? That's the goal here. That's like the test, right? That's the final. That's the final test that says, oh yes, I'm passing this grade. I'm ready to go. I'm good. I can stay here in the university Earth, right? So I don't need to go to another third density to continue learning this lesson. We're getting those challenges right now. So it's finals. It's finals years because this is happening over a few year period. So right now, if you are getting faced with those things, this isn't the time to give up and to stop following that passion. It's the time to go, I'm okay even being uncomfortable following this passion. I'm okay even being completely disconcerted following my passion. I'm okay being bumped around to stay my course. I don't know if many of you have done things like whitewater rafting or sailing, surfing, even snowboarding, skiing, things where you're following a flow. And the flow is created around you. You're flowing through it. So you've got to continue to allow yourself to both be steered by what you're flowing over, but also to direct yourself, right? Like a surfer doesn't command the wave. The surfer chooses where to navigate in the wave to get into that sweet spot, right? Into the part of the wave that is what do they call it? Oh, the chute, right? So you're getting yourself positioned and situated in. That means you've got to navigate some of the other parts of the wave to get there, right? If you're river rafting, you're looking for the flow of the water, the channel. And if you're going for that channel, that means that on either side of you are rocks that are beneath it, creating the boundaries of that channel space. And as you shift into the channel, you're going to have to pass those rocks. You might get bumped around a little bit. So it's part of our flow. Now, what happens usually is, for a lot of us, we have been taught that it's supposed to be easy. I remember when I was first starting therapy, this was, I've been in and out of therapy most of my life, and as a child and teenager, and then when I really, as an adult, was like, oh, no, I'm ready to deal with this. I went into therapy about 15 years ago, and I spent 10 years just reprogramming, reconditioning. Anyway, when I first went in and started working with my amazing counselor, if you're in the PNW, I'd be happy to share her name with you because she is phenomenal. She asked me, she said, so what's your goal here? I said, well, I want to have a healthy life. I want to have a healthy attitude, a healthy approach for life. And she goes, well, what does that look like for you? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what healthy looks like. I wouldn't be here if I knew what it looked like. I could make it if I knew what it looked like. And I said, I'm looking for you to tell me what healthy is. And she said, well, but I don't know what that would be for you. You're the only one who knows what that would be for you. You have to find it. And so I thought about it, and I was like, well, then things would be easier. I wouldn't be suffering all the time. I wouldn't be so angry. I wouldn't be having such a hard time. Stuff wouldn't be such a struggle to accomplish it if I had a healthy life. And she kind of smiled and looked at me, and I got really mad at her, actually. And she's like, okay, let's work towards that. And so we did. And I'm still waiting for things to get easy. But I tell you, I have a really healthy life. It's hard at points. It has struggles. I have challenges. There are days where I'm like, I want to throw everything in. I'm all done. I want to run away. I'm all done. Everybody goes through that. That's part of this life. That's part of this expression. But it's healthy because I'm growing. Because the majority of my life is spent being who I am, knowing who I am, feeling confident. It's not easy, but it is me. That's what healthy is. That's the goal. So finding your passion is about allowing yourself to be bumped around, to be moved and shifted and challenged, and have like, for instance, if you're a river rafter, you don't just go headlong down the river and pray that you're going to make it. Sometimes you got to pull your boat out and now scope out the rapid that you see ahead. Pause. Read the river for a little while. See the channels. Watch how the water flows. Check out what's actually occurring in that flow before you dive into it. So sometimes we do have to pull out, but we don't completely stop. Sometimes we see, oh, you know what? That rapid, that's a bitch. I'm not navigating that one. So we portage around. We find another way around. But we know what we're doing is flowing. Okay, so make sure that as you're going through, no problem, Sue, as you're going through your river, your flow, remember you have options. You have other routes that you can take. It's not as comfortable to carry your boat. It's a heavier load. You're going to go a little slower. But you have the option to portage around certain events and experiences that you're like, you know what, actually, I don't want to navigate. And maybe that's the lesson for you, that you don't have to actually navigate everything that comes. Maybe the lesson for you is to pause, right? We often feel like we're carried away by our lives. We're carried away, especially when we're riding a wave of passion. We feel like we have to stay in it. We're in it. We got to do it. This is where we're at. And we flow with it. Right? So what if it's that we have to pause, learn how to pause in the water, put our feet down, not float on our back, but put our feet down and plant ourselves for a moment and give ourselves that time and that space to connect in and ask questions like, is this a navigatable rapid, or is this one of those challenges that's designed to teach me to go the harder way, to do a little more work, to do a little more research, to do a little more digging in, right? So this is part of that flow of passion. Your passions are purely to show you and highlight, look at this, this is what's going on, this is where it's at. They're a motivating force. They're not a driving force, but you are the one driving. You are the one who has to make those choices. So so that's what passion is really for. Let's take these last like 13 minutes. I can stay a little bit longer today if we need to for this meditation. And let's look at if you're a person who doesn't feel passionate about anything, let's look at when you have felt passionate and what was it that knocked you off and made you decide, I'm all done driving. I'm just going to sit here. And if you're somebody who is overly passionate and is constantly riding one high to the next, but doesn't know how to get down into the water, really, just stays on the high, let's look at what are you not learning? What are you choosing to avoid by riding that high? Because a wave has a crest and a trough, okay? Both. So, I'm going to take a sip of coffee, get comfortable. Still a jammy day, by the way. So comfy in my jammies. Hope you're comfortable too. Make sure you're sitting. You don't want to have your legs crossed, your feet crossed, your hands crossed. Just get comfortable, but kind of open yourself up. When I'm doing these meditations, you guys can't see this, but I actually hold my palms up so I can receive. When I'm needing to let go and release things, I put my palms down and I imagine it pouring out into Gaia. Okay? Good. It's a jammy party, guys. That's the best part about doing this stuff online, is that we can be in our own space. We can be as comfortable as we want. We can show up in whatever way we want. Like for me, honestly, I did my hair 2 minutes before the show. Just kind of like pulled it back, right? Like I'm just showing up because this is what it is. This is where the meat of our lives is, right? It's in our homes. It's in our space. It's in our lives. So showing up in this way is perfect. I'm so grateful for you guys. I love every single one of you sitting at home in your jammies, and all the ones that are other places as well. So I sit with my palms up because I want to actually receive some knowledge right now. Thanks, buddy. It's crazy. It's crazy here. Oh, beautiful. I love that you're in bed. I love that. I would be in bed too, but I don't get as strong of a signal. I have to be by my modem. I have done some from my bed, but okay. So be in a position of receiving, because right now we aren't trying to give anything. We're trying to understand, right? We're really trying to receive and understand in this moment what we're here for, what we're doing. Perfect. Love it. Love it in bed. All right, let's go ahead, and for all of you guys that are laying down in bed, just set the phone down, just listen. Don't worry about watching, just release. Nothing exciting's happening on the screen. For those of you who are sitting, go ahead and just close your eyes and just release yourself from the environment around you that you love, that supports you. This nice little shallow eddy water space for this time. And let yourself feel the waters flowing past you and around you. These waters are the waters of your life. I can feel that you guys are all already grounded and connected because you're so good at this. Love it. So, feeling that grounded and connected state, knowing that you're ready to receive, feeling yourself fully planted in your waters. We're going to go ahead and start to visualize how we view our passion in our life. Think of a time that you felt passionate. If you can, think of a time that you felt so passionate that you almost felt out of control with your passion. Riding that crest of the wave that's almost reckless, that could crash at any moment of your passion. Just feel up there for a moment. Visualize that time. Allow yourself to feel that recklessness for a moment as well, that feeling of on the edge. Just for this moment. Using that compass tool or whatever tool you use to connect with your intuition, your highest self, ask, is this where I want to ride in my life? Is this the feeling I want more of? I get a no. I don't like that high, but sometimes I need it. So I want to receive, why do I need it this way at points? Ask your own questions as well. I'll just share what I'm asking so you can see how I'm navigating this. When I ask, why do I need this? I see great force. I see a wall and needing to ride on the top of that wave in order to crash over that wall. This is where I go when I want to overcome a big block, a big obstacle. I'm going to go ahead and release the fear of being in this part of passion on the height, that it's okay. Recognizing when I'm there, it's for a purpose. And I'm going to receive more information about why. Now I want you to visualize being in the low, in the trough of the wave of passion, all the way at the bottom, where it almost seems like it's not moving at all, and everything else is moving so fast, whizzing past, and just feeling so stagnant, so stuck. That feeling of, I have no passion, nothing excites me, I'm completely disinterested. Just get into that space for a moment. Now I'm going to ask, why do I find myself in this space at times? What am I seeking to accomplish? What is supporting me? How is this supporting me? Just go ahead and ask these questions and let the answers come through. Receive them, whatever they may be. What I'm seeing is when we're going to have the greatest of waves, like a tsunami, the whole ocean pulls back and actually reveals so much that's been covered under the water. Water being our conscious and our subconscious. And it shows all of what's at the beach and the ocean. It reveals it. It pulls back to show what's underneath everything before a great surge comes to overflow it, cover it again. So that trough is actually an opportunity to see deeper into myself than I ever would have had before. When I'm up on the high, I'm certainly not connected with what's going on underneath. So the trough is my time to connect with what's going on in the subconscious for me. How about for you? Continue your inquiry. Now hold space before we move forward. I want you to imagine that you're a surfer. You're sitting on the surfboard. You got your legs dangling on either side. You're in a low lull. And you see a wave off coming in the horizon. That surge that's approaching. We all have little ideas of our passions. So pick one of those and allow that to be the wave that's coming towards you. Time to get ready. Time to paddle. Start making movement. Start doing some work. What is that work? As we paddle to align ourselves into the wave. We see it coming. Doing the work. Now we're at the part where the wave is starting to really rise. We're not going to ride on that part. We're going to start moving into the wave a little more, riding along parallel to that energy, getting into the right spot. Feel yourselves. You're still not popping up yet, right? You're staying on the board, staying low, doing the work, paddling, getting into position. When you find yourself in that position, pop up into your board, stand in your power, in your space, on your wave, driven forward by your passion, moving along, riding the wave as long as you can, staying in the chute, not being crushed by the wave, not dropping out of the wave, not riding over the top of it, staying in that wave, and see yourself riding that wave all the way to where it delivers you to your destination. Let your destination reveal itself to you. What does that look like? Does it look like a loving, happy family full of all the joy and hardship? Does it look like standing on a stage and speaking? Does it look like building your classes? Does it look like creating new jewelry, new life? What does it look like for you? Is it a new place to live? Is it a new way to communicate and share with people? Is it bringing forward a whole new awareness that the creation is ready to receive? Just allow itself to show you what this wave has brought you to. One of the most important things when we're trying to manifest something in our lives is to not visualize it as something in the future that will come eventually, but to bring that energy of feeling it into the now. It is now. Imagine that frequency that you feel in that space that you've been delivered to by your wave is like a radio signal that you are playing now with your body. Carry that vibration with you throughout the day. Hold it. Play it. Visualize it. Know it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow.